Oil theft. Nigeria crude pipelines built in 1960s lifespan is over, says ministers. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got in air this morning. As our headline for this morning says here that oil theft. Nigeria crude oil pipelines that was built in 1960s lifespan is over. Well, Nigerian oil industry faces a critical challenge as its crude oil pipeline, many of which were constructed in the 1960s and 1970s, have reached the end of their lifespan, making them highly susceptible to theft and vandalism. Well, this alarming situation was highlighted by the Minister of State of Petroleum Resources, Nnpc, during the 2024 Energy and Labour Summit in Abuja. The pipeline that were traditionally transporting our crude oil were built in the 1960s and the 1970s, and their lifespan is over, Lokpobiri stated. He explained that the aging and corroded infrastructure is a major factor contributing to the ease with which oil theft occurs. The reason why pipeline vandalism is very easy to do is because the pipeline have all expired. They are completely corroded, he added. Lokpobiri emphasized that the deteriorating state of the pipeline poses a significant hurdle to Nigerians' effort to ramp up crude oil production. Even if the country increases production to over 1.7 million barrels per day, the minister noted that evacuating the oil to terminals remains a major challenge due to the poor condition of the pipeline. Highlighting the financial constraints, Lokpobiri pointed out that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (Nnpcl) lacks the funds to replace the outdated pipelines. Nnpc will speak for themselves. Whenever they have the money to be able to do that, and I don't think they have, he remarked. Well, the minister called for urgent action, proposing a public-private partnership (PPP) model to address infrastructure issues. Well, that is why we have to go for the global model (PPP). We have to get the private sector to come in, he said, stressing that the involvement of private investors is crucial for rebuilding the nation's oil transportation network. Lokpobiri remarks underscores the gravity of the situation and the urgent need for Nigeria to modernize its oil infrastructure to combat theft and ensure the effective evacuation of crude. Without addressing these challenges, the country may continue to struggle with both oil theft and the broader goal of increasing its oil production capacity. And that is all we have for you concerning this headline today. This morning, which says here that oil theft. Nigeria's crude oil pipeline built in 1960s lifespan is over. Well, you had it for me this morning because your nation's crude oil pipeline is over. And if you're not a subscriber, before I move on, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, the best thing you can do right now is to tap the subscribe button, your hidden notification bell, leave a like on the video to get more updates concerning this in the near future to come. Well, Nigeria's oil industry is facing what they call a very big critical challenges right now. It's facing a huge critical challenges right now as its crude oil pipeline. Yes, it's facing critical challenges at its crude oil pipeline. Many of the pipelines that were constructed in 1960s and 1917, I can't still believe Nigeria have pipelines that were constructed in 1960s up to now. The time that we gained independence, almost 60 years plus pipeline. I don't just understand. Hey. So I think they're supposed to be changing all this stuff like after 5 years or after 10 years or something. And they said these pipelines have reached the end of their lifespan. Like they can't work no more, they're corroded. Anybody can just break it and steal a lot of crude oil from them. And it's making them susceptible to theft and vandalism. Yes. And this situation of this whole pipeline situation was highlighted by the Minister of State of Petroleum Resources, Nnpc, during the 2024 Energy and Labour Summit in Abuja. This man said a lot of things concerning this, and he's really urging matters to be done concerning this, because he knows that the Nnpc cannot afford to replace the pipelines because they don't even have the money to do so. They can't afford to do that. He said the pipeline that were traditionally transporting our crude oil, it was built in 1960s and the 1970s, and their lifespan is over. They can't even do their work as much. Even a small baby can just carry a hammer, hit the metal pipe, and boom, it breaks, suck the oil, and that is causing oil theft. That is what that is really what is causing the oil theft that we're having in the nation here. Yes. He explained that the aging and corroded infrastructure is a major factor contributing to the ease of which oil theft occurs. It will be easy for criminals to just go and steal the oil now. When it's not properly maintained, properly kept. And the reason why pipeline vandalism is very easy to do is because the pipelines have all expired and are completely corroded. The pipelines have expired and they are completely corroded. This man also emphasized that the deteriorating state of the pipeline poses a significant hurdle to Nigerians' effort to ramp up crude oil production. You cannot be having a broken pipe and you want crude oil production. Yeah, even though we're producing 1.7 million barrels per day, this man noted that if evacuating the oil to terminals is another challenge due to the poor condition of the pipelines. The Nnpc and Nigerian Petroleum government, they should better think fast in fixing this. So yes, they should think fast, think wise, and try to do this fast. You cannot just expose our oil, our natural resources to crude oil theft. No, you can't just expose it like that to crude oil theft. While losing money. And you are here saying Nigeria does not have money. Yes. Apart from, let's leave out the matter of crude oil theft concept. The matter of people who are around those pipelines that are being and the pipelines, the inners are being exposed. So without addressing these challenges, though, the country may continue to struggle with both oil theft and the border goal of increasing its oil production capacity, which is true. If they cannot address these challenges, the country will continue to struggle with